Hi guys, today we're making bánh bò. Bánh bò is a Vietnamese coconut pandan cake with a very unique texture. It has these honeycomb-like holes throughout the cake, but instead of being crunchy, it's really soft and chewy. This is a childhood favorite of mine, and I'm so glad that I now know how to make it.
So let's start by preheating the oven to 315 Fahrenheit and place the pan inside the oven as well. So in one mixing bowl, place a strainer on top of the bowl and then add in 2 cups of tapioca flour. And then we're going to need 5 tablespoons of rice flour. You'll be able to find these ingredients quite easily at an Asian grocery store. And then thirdly, and most importantly, you need the double-acting baking powder. You need 1.5 teaspoons of this. I'm no scientist, but to make this cake work, you really need the double-acting baking powder. So mix that through the strainer and into the bowl. In a separate mixing bowl, whisk in 6 eggs through a strainer. This is going to take a bit of time to get it all through there, but patience is key. Once you've done that, add in 1 1/3 cups of sugar. And then add in 1 can of coconut milk. Add in 2 tablespoons of canola oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, and lastly, 1/2 teaspoon of pandan paste. This is going to give it a great flavor. And then whisk those ingredients together. You'll start to see a really bright green color forming. That's from the pandan paste. Pandan's one of my favorite flavors. You're going to love it. And then pour that green mixture into that flour mixture we prepared earlier. And then whisk the mixture thoroughly to try and get rid of as many flour bubbles as you can. And then pour the mixture through a strainer into another bowl. We want our mixture to be super fine, so this process helps us do that. So you do it again a second time. And for good measure, do it again a 3rd time. Our mixture is now going to be very fine. At this point, our oven should be preheated. So place a tablespoon of butter into the preheated pan and use a brush to grease the pan. And then pour our cake mixture into the greased pan. Loosely place a sheet of foil on top of the pan and bake for 50 minutes. After 50 minutes, remove the foil and bake for another 50 minutes. And then it's ready, our bánh bò nướng, our green squishy cake. Take the cake out of the oven and remove the cake from the pan. If it gets stuck, use a knife or a spatula to loosen the sides. And then cool the cake on a wire rack for 10 minutes. Once that's cool, you can cut the cake into pieces and enjoy it however you like.
So look at that texture. It looks like honeycomb, but it's actually really soft. Quite squishy. The outside has a light crust and the inside is really quite mushy. It's a pandan flavor, which is a Southeast Asian leaf. I would compare it to a vanilla mint, but you really have to try it to understand it.